Okay, so imagine this. You're creating a masterpiece, a painting that will literally never fade. But instead of oils or watercolors, your palette is made of brilliant, semi-precious stones. Today, we're going to dive into the absolutely stunning art of pietra dura.
Just take a close look at this. At first glance, you might think it's a painting, right? But this incredibly detailed floral design on the Taj Mahal is made entirely from inlaid stone. So you gotta ask, how on earth do you create an image that's so delicate but so permanent that it can last for centuries?
Well, this technique has a name, and it's a perfect one, pietra dura. It's an Italian term, and it literally just means hard stone. The whole process is breathtakingly precise. You've got artisans cutting these tiny slivers of semi-precious stones and then fitting them into a marble base so perfectly that the seams are pretty much invisible. Seriously, think of it like the world's most intricate jigsaw puzzle, but your pieces are actual gems.
But wait a minute. How did this amazing Italian art form find its way all the way to India? Well, its journey is a fascinating story that crosses continents and empires, all the way from ancient Rome to the incredible courts of the Mughals.
So the whole idea of inlaying stone isn't exactly new. It actually goes way back to ancient Rome with a technique called opus sectile, which used bigger, shaped pieces of stone to make patterns. But as you can see here, it's really in 16th century Florence where the art gets perfected, refined into the delicate style we now call pietra dura. From there, it heads east, landing in the court of the Mughal Empire in India. And that's where its story takes a wild new turn.
And this brings us to a really cool historical debate. Was pietra dura just an Italian import to India? Or, as the historian G.H.R. Tillotson suggests here, did local Indian traditions kind of merge with those Florentine techniques to create something brand new? The evidence really points to a magnificent fusion of both cultures.
And the person who first pushed this art form into the spotlight of Mughal architecture, well, it wasn't an emperor. It was a brilliant and incredibly powerful empress, Nur Jahan. So in 1622, after her father passed away, Nur Jahan commissioned a tomb for him. And this monument, the Tomb of Itimadullah, was an absolute game changer. It was the first major Mughal building to be just covered in pietra dura, setting a completely new and way more ornate standard for imperial architecture.
And when you look at these pictures, you can totally see why it was so revolutionary. It's nicknamed the Baby Taj or the Jewel Box, and yeah, that fits. The whole structure is a masterpiece. It was this massive shift away from the bold red sandstone of earlier buildings to this gleaming white marble. This thing wasn't just a building, it was a canvas, almost completely covered in exquisite, colorful stone inlay.
So, Nur Jahan's innovation lit the spark, but it was her stepson, Emperor Shah Jahan, who took that spark and fanned it into a roaring fire, elevating this art form to a level of perfection the world had just never seen before.
But before the Taj Mahal, there was a kind of crucial practice run. His father, Janzur's tomb. The pietra dura work you see here, especially on the cenotaph, that symbolic tomb marker, is considered a direct forerunner to the style he would later perfect. You can already see the designs getting more refined, more natural.
This table here shows the evolution perfectly. I mean, look at the top row. Under Emperor Akbar, decorations were mostly tiling and frescoes. Then, in the middle, with Itimad-ud-Daula's tomb, boom, pietra dura makes its grand entrance. By the time we get to the Taj Mahal, it's become the signature look, the undisputed star of the whole show.
And this is where you can see the real genius of Shah Jahan's era. The style itself evolved. The work on Itimad-ud-Daula's tomb is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's dense. Some historians call it clustered and busy. But under Shah Jahan, the designs become so much more elegant and spacious. This wasn't just a change in taste, it showed this incredible new confidence. The motifs are now relaxed and free-flowing, and the white marble, it's no longer just a background to be covered up. It's now a critical part of the design itself, creating this breathtaking feeling of light and space.
And all of this, of course, culminates at the Taj Mahal. This is it. This is pietra dura at its absolute zenith. You have these delicate, lifelike flowers made from stones like carnelian, lapis lazuli, and turquoise that just seem to be blooming right out of the glistening marble walls. It is the perfect harmony of art and architecture.
But, creating a masterpiece is one thing. Protecting these delicate stone paintings for over 400 years, that is an entirely different challenge, and it's one that's still going on today. Today, this priceless art is facing an onslaught of modern threats.
As you can see, air pollution from nearby industry causes acid rain that stains and literally erodes the marble. The simple pressure from over 6 million visitors every year takes a physical toll. And hanging over all of this is the growing impact of climate change.
So to fight back, authorities have put up a massive protective shield around the monument. The scale of this effort can be summed up in a single, huge number: 10,400 square kilometers. What in the world could that be?
Well, that number is the size of the Taj Trapezium Zone. It's a gigantic 10,400 square kilometer protected area, created by order of India's Supreme Court. Inside this zone, polluting industries and vehicle traffic are super strictly regulated, all to cut down on the emissions that threaten to destroy the monument's brilliant white facade.
So this leaves us with a pretty critical question. The art of Pietra Dura has survived for 4 centuries. It's been through the fall of empires and the rise of nations. But now, it's facing threats it has never seen before. Can modern science, and our collective will to preserve it, actually ensure that these breathtaking stone paintings will truly last forever?